What is your destiny to find the golden child?
The Empire is in peril.
You're probably too young to know, but the Empire is always in some kind of peril. I may have been overly rude earlier when I called you a pirate. And I may have been overly charitable when I said I wasn't.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Be here Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to catch Roxy Lopez straight from the Valley of the Sun. Her discussions run from chemtrails to sovereignty, aliens to conspiracy facts. So join us for The Truth Denied with Roxy Lopez. Again, that's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
You ever get tired of being wrong? Because you're the future. You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
There is no good and evil. There is only power. And those too weak to seek it.
This is the people's war. It is our war. We are the fighters. Fight it then. Fight it with all that is in us. And may God defend the right.
Be sure to tune in weekdays 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Strange Universe with Sean David Morton. A strange, interesting, and engaging wide variety of topics. So be here. Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Revolution Radio. You're listening to Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com, 100% listener-supported radio, and now we return you to your host.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was ending. They've caught me out by surprise before. So this is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show, and I'm on every Tuesday from 10 to midnight Eastern Time, and that's 4 to 6 Hawaiian time. And in Hong Kong, that's 10 to 12 the next day. So we're talking to Dr. James Wong from China, who's a brilliant scientist, acoustics engineer, and inventor, among other things, and healer, and a writer. And he did write a prayer, and we co-wrote together, Quantum Leaping the World into the Golden Age, Divine Infinity and Beyond. And I'm going to read it, James, because I take every opportunity I can to read this prayer and to give it lots of energy so we really manifest it and really do that quantum leap. All right, so everyone, I want you to bring in this divine bubble of light, divine energy, and we're going to form this beautiful bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put this prayer of quantum leaping the world into the golden age, divine infinity and beyond. Let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. They call to the architect of the universe's divine creators and ask for permission to quantum leap the world in all life forms in all planes and dimensions, seen and unseen, connected with planet Earth, to let us go beyond our known potential into the greatest unknown golden age the universes and worlds and all planets have ever experienced. Let us take the best of all lifetimes, all golden ages, all worlds, galaxies, and create such a divine and enlightened planet that is even beyond the creator's imagination. Imagine the creators laughing with joyful glee on this action we have put into motion with every breath we now breathe, and is now snowballing, quantum leaping forward every moment. Every time someone reads this prayer, see this energy amplifying 100, millionfold, creating a higher resonance with the creators and the architect of the universes. See the blissful information, all the energy of heaven surrounding Earth like a golden shimmering rainbow of colors. See this energy anchoring now to the planet, all life forms, elemental kingdom, angels from the lowest of consciousness life forms, any trapped and stuck entities, any aliens from other worlds, the reptilian king and queen, all their seed, including all hybrids, anyone practicing any kind of black magic, voodoo, and black witchcraft, all the way up to the most enlightened beings on the planet, none excluded, all included. As this energy settles in, see everyone's integration, gentle, loving, and kind, going into everyone's DNA, soul, memory, and dreams. As all life forms dream and create, let them dream of all the times they lived in the golden age, where there are plenty of everything. Everyone is using their spiritual psychic abilities for many different forms of divine creation. No one lacked for anything. Functional families where men and women live side by side in divine harmony. Lots of laughter with everyone practicing compassion, joy, kindness, and love in action. See these dreams being brought into physical form. Anyone who chooses not to go forward into the golden age and tries to stop this prayer from forward movement, I ask their higher self, spiritual teachers, and guardian angels to step in and put them in positions of harmlessness. We ask the creators to give them special grace and unlock the doors in their minds that are keeping them from connecting to their higher frequency of light. Release all that which are holding them back. I ask all the creators to close down the reptilian part of the brain and open up the divine God brain, filling them with whatever high vibration is needed to shift them so everyone gets to go into the golden age, leaving no one behind. Send these beings and entities whatever high vibration, sound, color, and memories of being connected to the Creator they need, so they gently evolve into the light. The Creator, their higher selves, and the angels know exactly what each one needs and are sending it to them as we speak. See us propelling ourselves far into the divine golden age, way beyond the Creator's wildest dreams of a golden age planet. Angels, humans, elementals, and extraterrestrials working together, all veils removed so everyone's psychic potential is being developed and put into practical practice. Families putting love into action and becoming divinely functional, having everything they need when they need it. The elderly are honored for their wisdom. People become awakened spiritual beings practicing religious tolerance and their positive aspects of their religion. See us working at one with beings from other galaxies and planets who are delighted we are quantum growing into enlightened beings and giving us all the new tools, ideas, and technologies on how we can make this a more joyful, functional, enlightened planet, taking us beyond our divine potential. The earth is being treated with much respect. The old ancient cultures responsible for taking care of the planet, sharing their secrets and beliefs as everyone listens with open minds and hungers for their knowledge, using that knowledge with wisdom. All sacred knowledge and all natural healing modalities are put into practice, including all tools made out of stones, light, sound, energy, and vibration. Enlightened beings growing healing herbal gardens. Everyone is being taught the sacred teachings, paths of enlightenments and truths. All knowledge flows freely. Gifts in the music, the arts, sports, and intuitive are encouraged and allowed to be developed. Enlightened politicians and elected officials that tell the truth, acting for the benefit of humanity with limited terms of service. The earth is healed, being at one with all life forms on her. Everyone's so in tune to the Mother Earth that they can hear her sing her sighs where they need extra light, becoming aware of every move and groove she needs to do, allowing her to do so and move out of her way with grace and understanding like the people do for the fire goddess Pele in Hawaii when she needs to flow. The interaction with the earth and all life forms is gentle, loving, kind, and conscious. Imagine organic foods abounds, chemical-free, clean, pristine water, earth, and sky. The sun and wind are harnessed in true solar fashion. Tesla's ideas and inventions of free energy being created with all walks of life benefiting. People living in joy for hundreds of years if they choose, and when it's time to make transition, it's done with much joy and understanding of light evolution. Everyone, all life forms going beyond their highest divine potential. We ask the Creator to fill in whatever we have left out to take manifesting, quantum leaping the world into the golden age, far beyond our dreams and imaginations, into the Creator's thoughts, wishes, and dreams. We ask that all who are manifesting the quantum leap be given all they need on all levels, complete protection, and be put under bubbles of invisibility so they are hidden from the dark side. As this divine idea flows outward, see all walks of life coming together in harmony and of one accord. Each person and group remembering their divine missions and what their part is in quantum leaping the world into the golden age, putting it now into action. Let all the divine sleepers awaken to their divine missions and divine purposes now. As always, we put this in your hands, our architect of the universe and divine creators. Propel us into what your concept of the golden age is. Inspire us, guide us into doing that. Our will, but thy will be done. So be it. Wow, thanks, James. I have to say, wow, we wrote that prayer, or the divine spirit worked through us. It's awesome.
Yes. It's a long one, yeah.
Well, I think it was pretty all-encompassing. But when, you do light work, you just can't Twitter it out and expect to get results.
Yes. When I first read it out in a church in Colorado, and the energy in the room was so immense that really took me out. And everyone inside the room, some very senior citizens there, and got energized. And it is unexpected anyway. That is a very good prayer.
Oh, it's awesome. Roseanne Barr and I did it together, and we put on YouTube. And, for that, we've had over 10,000 hits on that.
Oh, really?
Which I'm very pleased to say.
Yes. I just want to go back to the discussion about the quality and quantity that we left off in when we first started the conversation last hour. In the scientific world I live in, or I've been trained in, is always talking about quantity, how we measure the things. How long is this, and how heavy it is, and how much charge is this. And we never talk about quality. It was until I started to design concert halls, then that is in my master degrees, then the scientists try to put some figures into some subjective values. Say environment, temperament, rhythms, etc., to describe the quality of music. Then the physics of quality enter into my life, and that is important to realize that the measurement of quantity is a linear thing, and the measurement of quality is a rhythm thing, rhythmic things. So, and when you do a measurement of quality, you look into the pattern of repeating itself. That is the key in measuring or looking into the quality things. There is a good example that also from Dr. Karim is when we're looking at time. What is the time towards our conceptions of time? When we are in the 5th hour, we are looking into the 6th hour in the future. The 4th hour passed us. So we lost the 4th hour. We do not know what's the 6 hours. So we lost something. We do not know the future. There is a fear inside us. So if you're looking in the quantitative measurement, the physics of quantity, you will be living in the loss and fear, in that sort of feelings. But if you're looking into the quality of time, for example, your birthday, you will be looking towards the birthday every year. So every birthday, there will be a celebrations, there will be friends you to meet, and a reason to get together. And if you just focus on your birthday, then it becomes the quality of the day that's appearing to your feelings, and it will be a happy one. And this also apply to music. And every 8 notes, there is a repeating of the harmony. So if you, instead of counting the frequency numbers or the wavelength, the length of the sound wave, you're looking at the repeat octaves. Then the quality of the sound will arrive, and it will come out. It is like the quantity and quality of a piece of music, that both of them will appear together if you're aware both sides. So
okay. So what do you think about like the 420 and putting music into that 420 vibration, or
sorry, I missed that.
420 cycle, or
if you count, if you count the vibrations, then it is quantity. But if you look at the meaning of the numbers, that's quality. There is an experiment you can do. If someone have a pain in the back, and you can start putting a number of coins on their hand, ask them to give you a hand. Then you can start putting coins on their hand, say between 1 to 10, and ask them to tell you the number of coins when you put on their hand, and the pain at the back is gone. But it will come back as soon as you add another coin. So, for example, if you 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pain's gone at the back. And if you add the number 5 coin on the hand, the pain will come back. So the quantity actually works with quality. It will heal you. That is something very unique.
But when you say the pain comes back, you also think that also depends on the person's karma and their attitude. You know, if they continue to be a negative person, that that pain will come back because they haven't changed their life at all.
Yes or no, because as soon as you're adding numbers into their life change. Because you're doing something to their life.
Oh. I think I was talking about actually, playing music in a certain, God, I'm kind of brain dead about that. It's not the cycle, but they played it at what is it, 432?
Yeah, but if you play music to a person, you need to tune to aware what is the resonance frequency of that piece of music with that person, because that person is singing a tune, and you're giving him another tune. So if two tunes together, there must be some overlapping that will have resonance. So you need to aware what is that resonance doing to that person. So some people say it is a healing music, but it is a very broad base. So it possibly have all the a very wide spectrum of sound is inside. It's just come out with different patterns. So if the patterns hit that person's problematic area, then it will give you the right dosage of resonance and readjust the person's frequency, retune it into a healthy state. That is most of the music therapies work. That's musical therapy, not music therapy. The musical therapies work.
I see.
Yeah. So the quality thing is really is a geometry based. How to say? It is a geometry based pattern that will heal people. So if your angelite is appearing at a blue color, and why it appear as a blue color? Because it reflects the blue wavelengths, and that you see, and that structure of the stone reflecting that wavelength is the healing media.
Yeah, but if you take angelite, though, it can actually go from almost white to that dark, that
Yes.
grayish blue.
Yeah. So if you know how to use the rhodesia, then you can test the angelite if this particular angelite fit for this particular person, and if it fits, how well fit it is. It is 10% fit or 100% fit. You can actually measure it.
Yeah, well, how can you do it without a machine, though? Can you do it
No,
with a pendulum?
it just I told you, using the ring and the string.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All
So
right, well, that's easy.
right. So you can test the person if they come into your shop and try to buy an angelite, and you can measure their frequency first, and then you can detect which angelite fit into their system, fit into their frequencies.
Well, that would be kind of very interesting, because I usually let people pick out their own stones, because I feel, their own inner guidance would supersede mine. So that would be a really fun experiment to do, though, after they picked it out, to see, how well that would resonate with them.
Yes, that's right. Yes, most people are actually influenced by their experience, so their intuition is veiled or masked by certain egos. So it will be difficult for people to pick up a perfect stone.
Well, I don't think so. I think that they're intuitively guided. And everybody processes differently. Some people have to actually hold a stone, and and then usually if it gets really hot, it's resonating and it's talking to me. And then some people will go by sight and they go, "Oh my God, this is beautiful! I have to have this." And to me, that's their own inner knowingness, communicating to them which one their higher self wants them to have.
Yes or no? For example, if when we are practicing energy work, when we try to find the toxic energy, we tuned ourselves into that frequency so that we can find it. Otherwise, you out of tune, you will never find it. You see, so you tune your perception into the toxic frequency, so that you can locate where it is radiating it out, identify it, and then you treat it. But
can't you just ask them where it hurts? Wouldn't that be easier?
Not physically. You need to really tune into it. Like holding a baby, you need to really physically to hold it. You cannot say, "Oh, that is a baby. I'm imagining yourself holding it." The baby will.
So if somebody comes in and says, "I'm having trouble with their, their eyes,"
no. Well, let me try to get back to the point first. So if someone has been in a toxic energy place, maybe where they live or where whom they have been together, they will carry that frequency or energy. And so when they carrying that frequency or energy in their system, their intuition to pick up a stone in your shop, that stone will have a resonance with their existing frequency. Do you get it? So if they are, So if they have been in a toxic situation, they will tend to pick up a stone also has that toxic frequency.
I don't have stones that have toxic frequency.
No, I'm not saying your shop, but that is the but that is the phenomena.
You know?
So if they have been how can I say, whatever, if they are in a poor situation, they will tend to group or pull themselves into that situation. They will never get out until you give him the right direction. So he said, "Oh, I detect you. That is, you have been in some, I don't know, misfortune or whatever. So don't pick it up. I'll pick it for you." So that is better.
Well, what I do though is I will give them suggestions of possibilities and show them where all those stones are.
Yeah. But
and then
with
I actually let them pick out their own stone.
Yeah. But with the radisha, you can 100%. There's something better for their better. Okay.
Say that again.
I said with the radisha measurement method, the ring on the string. You can tell them exactly this will improve your situation. You will.
Oh, I do that. You know, when they ask me, a lot of people, some people will come in and say, you know, pick a stone for me, and I'll do that with a pendulum, and I'll take my hand and
that's right,
and put my hand over it, and then go, okay.
So
now,
you've been doing it already.
I'll pick about 3 or 4 different ones.
Yeah.
That are good for them, but then I let their higher self choose out of those which ones they need.
Yes, of course, yes. So anyway, that is the quality side. That it is repeating itself. So if you're looking for something to generate an energetic field around you, a regular pattern will generate that.
Well, if you're working on your eyes again, I keep going back to your eyes.
Okay.
I wonder why. Okay, kind of when you get aged up there, you know, your eyes go funky.
Yeah.
So you see, there's a special pattern to help shift that. Now, it's like there's a different pattern for just the eyes, or would there be a different pattern for that specific challenge of the eye?
Yes, there are different patterns, energetic patterns in your eyes, like the different meridians on your physical body. There are, I forgot the number that Dr. Karim has found. I think it must be over 14 energy paths inside your eyes. So your eye has multifunctions, and also the energy flow inside your eyes also have different paths to maintain its health and also maintain its operation systems. So the other patient I have is called Kelvin, and he has serious diabetes, and he has it for 20 years. And when he came to me, and he couldn't go down the steps because he cannot see the steps. And I used the same treatment approach, the method on him, and he recovered from the diabetes, and now he seeing things and walking like normal people. That is after 4 days of treatment.
How long does this treatment take, James? And do you have to do it more than once?
No, for both of them, Amy and Kelvin. It's only once the treatment. The treatment for Amy is almost 2 hours. For Kelvin, it's a little bit shorter. It's 1.5 hours. The treatment.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, considering, you know, when you lose a retina, it's over for you. Kiss your eyesight goodbye and go learn Braille.
Yes, I was astonished too. The result was so successful. Also, one thing is important about healing people, my experiences, is they have a physical complaint. This complaint may be due to their physical body or their mental stress upon their body, or it may be inherited from their ancestors, from their parents, or from past lives. So what I have to do is to try to trace back what is the cause of the complaint. And sometimes I have to trace into their grandfathers to find out the cause. Is some anxieties in their grandparents that has been linger on in their how to say, in their families. So you possibly will find a number of family members have similar illnesses, and certainly that what I come to understand is that there is a lineage in anxieties in their ancestors that causing these illnesses passed down from one generation to another generations.
You know, I have to agree with you. And what's really kind of freaky is that, you know, I was looking at my own lineage and looking into I'm Polish and what the Bilsky name is. And I have two names, Bilsky and Cisla. And the name Cisla means carpenter. And two of my brothers have become carpenters in our family.
So there is a anxiety or a wish in the lineage that the children or grandchildren continue their the trade, really, isn't it? And somehow the children pick the information up and become the carpenter for
They
you.
did, and
Yeah.
they didn't know it. And, you know, they didn't learn later in life what the name Cisla meant, which is my mother's name. And again, it means carpenter. So when my brothers, and my one brother didn't realize it till a couple months ago, and because I brought it to his attention, and he was just freaked out over it.
Well, that's interesting. Even occupation is yes. Well,
So do brilliant people run in your family, James?
I don't know, really. I never met my grandparents. They were we were separated, or well, they were gone actually in the cultural revolutions in China before I was born. And my parents is kind of like a refugee, really, coming into Hong Kong in the early 50s. So I never know really what had happened to my grandparents and the lineage of the family. And only thing I know that the business they were in, that's all. So
Wow.
so yeah, so Chinese has been in the last 100 years has been in kind of turmoil, really.
Well, I have to say our country isn't doing that great right now either, but we're talking about healing.
Yes.
And, you know, this is ancient knowledge that you're actually bringing up. And aren't you now becoming like a master teacher in Hong Kong, teaching people this new technique?
No, I'm going through the instructors training process with Dr. Karim, which he kindly take me in as a kind of disciples, really. So I'm learning the techniques and the thought and the philosophy from Egypt, from ancient Egypt, really. Because what he taught, or what he's teaching now, is not the modern days Egyptian belief systems. And he is talking about the power of nature and the essence of energy in communications, how we can use this communication to heal people, to heal a single people, to heal a group of people, and to heal the nature, really. So he's also tied up with people consider it as feng shui, but what I found is his method has take feng shui to a higher level, because in feng shui we cannot demonstrate it. We can just follow the books or follow the guidance. And using his method, we can actually demonstrate how the feng shui work. So it is something very, very unique to me to learn this new technique.
Now, is he in Egypt?
He traveled between Egypt and Canada. At the moment, I think he lives in Montreal, and he is over 70 years old now.
So how do you become a student of his?
Oh, I always wanted to know the secret of sacred geometry. I started design rooms and concert halls based on sacred geometry and golden ratios. And the result was stunning. It was so much better than what I learned from the university, from the professors who taught me. And he was already the best in the country. And what I designed, what the outcome of the auditoriums, it sounds so much better than what my professor has achieved. So that took me this curiosity to look into the sacred geometry. And then I come across Dr. Karim, and he has supervised a number of master degrees and PhD students in Egypt. And it's talking about the forming of space, which is has a total resonance with what I was doing. I was also writing papers on how to design a new towns and a city using acoustic theories. And it's almost a perfect match, what he did in Egypt and what I'm doing here in Hong Kong. So I went over to find out what he did, and that is like going into a treasure trove, really. For me, it's really mind-blowing.
So did you go to Egypt? Did you go study there with him?
I went to the States because he held classes in Asheville in North Carolina. So I went there. The place is called the Vasica Institute, and it's the owner is Dr. Robert Gilbert. So I went there, and that's Robert introduced me to Dr. Karim.
Wow, it hasn't been that long then.
Yeah, that's been that's a long way to find him. Yes, but it's worth it, I think. Yeah, yes.
Well, it sounds like your path has just kind of brought you to this man.
Yes.
How lovely.
Yeah, I think the path. I think for me is the music really is taking me to such a long way from my teenage time, picking up the guitar, and into the designing studios and auditoriums. Now using the sound and energy and frequencies to heal people. It's all connected. So maybe I didn't aware of it about 10 years, no, or 10 or 20 years ago. I don't really aware of it. Now I am, as you say, aware of the path now. Yes.
Well, do you have to know math to be able to understand this technique?
Not now, but when you're designing auditorium and pass your exams, yes. It's yes.
No, the biogeometrics. I mean,
yes.
You know, you have to know math. Doesn't that doctor have just already these set symbols? So you know, if somebody's got this kind of problem, you just go to a little book and go, "Oh, this is the symbol I use," and you know, then you apply it.
That's right. Yeah, that is how it comes to it. Because when you're talking into a form of energy, then you're looking for patterns, and these patterns are very unique, particularly with our physical body. As you say, we have so many paths of energy paths in our eyes, or I can borrow the word meridians in our eyes. That is so fine that you need to trace it and then to follow and identify where the blockage are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is all done without machines. So is there something that I could possibly, actually take classes from, or anybody listening can take classes on?
Yes, if you go into his website, it's biogeometry.com. It's biogeometry.com. And you will find there are classes that going around the world at the moment. So there are a number of classes to be held in England and also in America. And I understand there's one or two will be held in Europe. So it's not a lot, but there are classes.
Well, are you going to bring it to Hawaii, James? When you become a certified teacher, what an excuse to come to Hawaii. Come on.
Yes, certainly I can come over to Hawaii to teach a class. Yes, this will be a good holiday for me.
Would it be a weekend? Like a 3-day course? Is it a week course?
At the moment, they held is a foundation training and also advanced training. Foundation training is 3 levels. 2 days each. So it will be level 1 for 2 days, level 2 for 2 days, level 3 for 2 days. So I would suggest to take this class separately instead of one go, although in America they have a whole 6 days continuous training for those people traveling like me.
That's called the Cram and Jam program, huh?
Yeah, that's really heavy to take on with so much information and also practical trainings or experiments you need to go through. And a lot of the students with us wasn't that comfortable and they failed their examinations. The tests, not examinations. They failed their tests. They couldn't go through it and they lost confidence. So I would suggest people to take it separately if they can, but if they can't, but it is still a very, very good course if you can take it from start to finish in a 6-day compact things. So yes, there are courses available. Just go into the websites and find out.
Now the other thing that you really love is Ho'oponopono. You want to explain to people what that is?
Yes. I've come across the book called The Zero Limit a few years back now by Joe Vitale. And it's the simplicity of the thing that attracts me because I understand the computer well, and he used the analogy of the computer to explain what kind of energetic matrix system that we are living in. And we introduced to a friend of ours who is in distress. She was in jail for 7 years. And we introduced her to this book. And she repeating the 4 phrases: I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And within 2 years, I think just 1 month before 2 years, she has successfully turned over the charge and got out of the jail. And she left the book to her inmate and did the same. The inmate came out within a few months after she repeating the 4 phrases, and and then she left the book to another inmate, and again the other inmate repeating the 4 phrases and came out after a few months after repeating the I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. During the day work.
That's really incredible, but this is something that's Hawaiian, is it not?
Yes, it's somewhere right at your footstep. Yes. So it works. It kind of really, like what the book say, it erased the karma in your energetic systems, and then you started a total new life, really, if you keep repeating it. So that is something so amazing as a observer, just a bridge, really, and to see how this works in real life. It's not a joke. It is.
Say the words again.
It's, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. So you talk to yourself. Whatever you see, something you don't like, whatever you have a feeling of a down feeling or negative feeling, you say these 4 words, and it will. 4 phases, and this will erase the emotion in you and then change your life. It's amazing.
Well, isn't the doctor that teaches this, he stated that he doesn't even have to be around someone to heal because he works on himself. He thinks that aspect of, that person's problem, he has to have it, it's inside him. So he heals it by saying those words.
Yes, exactly.
To himself, and that person gets healed without him touching them.
Exactly, yes. That is the magic of the energy communications. Because when you tune your consciousness into that particular person, like I said before, you set your wavelength in tune, like a radio station. You set your wavelength the same as that person. And then you erase the data. So if you erase the data, then they have nothing to act upon, and the situation will change, their life change.
So how do you erase the data?
By saying the 4 phrases.
Okay.
It's like pressing the delete button on your computer. First, you call your file from your hard disk. You call it let it appear on your screen, on your computer screen. And then you highlight it, and then you press the delete button. That's it. Done. Gone. So after you repeat it a few times, you will not be able to search it in your hard disk. So it's the same for that person. He will not be able to search the same situation in his hard disk. So his situation will change. Do you get it?
Yeah, it's amazing, and I always believe that healing really, really is easy, and it's humans that really make it complex.
Yes, they have to make a living, isn't it? All the hospital authority, all the pharmacy companies, they have to make a living.
The thing, it's true, but I read about, and I can't recall his name, about the one Chinese healer that they gathered around these people and they would chant, it's done, I think. It's done, it's already done. And they actually took pictures of the person, what their problem is, and how, pardon?
Yeah, there was in the Beijing hospital.
Yes.
Yeah, they I think 3 or 4 of the doctors hold hand in hand and illuminate the tumor in someone's brain. I think it was in the brain or in the intestine. I forgot the picture, but that is they say it is the Qi Kong, but actually is again is the consciousness that when they say it's done or it is dissolved, they are changing the person's or the patient's energetic field, which is envelop them. So that is how I see the techniques work. Before it was looked like a mystery, but now it's so simple.
And what really amazes me also is these people didn't charge. It was a free hospital.
Yes, yes. Also, the rubber door thing I talked about, the Tongren therapy by Dr. Tom Tam, and that is also free. So people will just learn the technique from him. He teach this, and the group gather every week is free of charge. So if you have any complaints or cancer or leukemia, then you should join the group.
That's amazing. I really honor people because to me, healing should be for free. It's a gift that you give others. And, our medical system has gotten so out of balance. I mean, oh my God, they're so far out there that, they scare me.
I think
Chinese methods are so true and, so proven.
Yeah, somehow the universe work. Like if you have the knowledge or if you have the skill, you have to teach people. You have to teach others to know. That is the obligation. So you won't have the knowledge or the skill for nothing. You're here to serve others. That's how I perceive the whole thing, the whole system work. If someone knows something and not releasing it and benefit others, he has inflicted a very, very bad karma for himself.
Oh, I agree with you. You have a really lovely way of looking at things, which I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I don't charge for any of my spiritual gifts, and all the healing is for free. I do it for service.
Yes, I know. I've been to your meditation groups one evening. Yes.
Yeah, and that's I find I've worked with a few scientists. I've been really honored to know, and all you guys, you are so expanding, and you're always learning, and you're open. I mean, you just go, something new, and you want to experience it, and people really should, look at that, and they need to do that in their own lives. And it gets their brain going, and my God, have adventures, people. Learn something new.
Yes, I think it's the drive within them. Some of them, some people I know, even some of the staff I know, they are not that adventurous. They are quite happy in their comfort zone. They are not that curious about what's going on surrounding them. So they will be very happy playing computer games. They will be very happy to go out to the football fields and then come back and watch television, you see.
We call those the Walking Dead. And I don't look at those as spiritual awakened people, because if they were, then they wouldn't be cattle, and they wouldn't do that. They'd shut their TVs off. They'd be more creative because they've learned to reconnect to spirit and become a awakened spiritual being. And it's like someone going, "Oh my God, look at that gorgeous sunset," and then someone else going, "Oh yeah, it's cosmic dust."
Yes, so different people walking on their own path, really. So what I say is, you have the capability to tune your frequency, and I'm learning to tune my frequency into the global consciousness frequency. So once I found maybe I will try it, or you should try it, and see how it will change the global situations.
Absolutely. I've got the big crystal, so you've got to share that knowledge with me, and I can amplify it with my work.
Exactly. So you have
and if there's any frequencies that that you could put on a CD disc that I can play into the crystal that can help shift, send it to me.
Yeah, but the first thing is we need to position your crystals in the north-south correct locations according to its structure. and also position it the yin and yang in the right position to make it in harmony with the Earth's magnetic field first. Then we can input the signals or the information into the crystals and let it amplify to the world. Really, make it as a antenna.
Well, yeah, that needs to be done. All right, road trip for you and your wife, James.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So hopefully everything we say is helping the people here.
We've talked our way to the end of the program, James.
Yes. Okay.
Next week I will have Hani on from the PLO, and gosh, we'll talk to you next Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you very much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, guys, we are off air.
Oh, thank you. Wow, this.
Oh, that was good, James. Thank you.
Yes, I was a little struggling. Sorry about it.
You what?
A struggle for topics.
Oh, struggling for topics? No, it went pretty good, James, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, don't sweat. How many interviews have you done?
Years of what?
No, interviews, like talk shows.
Oh, I think this is my third one.
Third one. Okay,
Yeah.
so then you're pretty new at it, and you did a great job. So there's no need to apologize for anything.
Oh, and you did 2 hours, so that was pretty awesome. And you brought out a lot of good information, so thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm really serious. The next time you come to Hawaii, you need to help me with the crystals and see what we can do. And if you got, I'm playing with some frequencies, like I said, and the guy managed to figure out how he can put it on CD, and I can plug it in, and then put these attachments to to my crystal, so I can play them into the crystal.
Yes. So the first thing is really align the crystals in the Earth grid. So once it is in position, then it will sync together with the Earth energetic systems. So whatever you put in there will be broadcasted properly.
Right.
That sounds really great. You know what? Is this the first time you guys had a show together?
A long time,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, well, you know what? You guys are gonna if this was your first show, hopefully Cathy has you back on again, because the second and third show and stuff always got they groove and it really rolls along nicely and stuff like that.